Hello, welcome back to the channel for another short tutorial presenting the last template that I have shared on my official n8n creator profile and GitHub repository, where I designed an automated workflow to fill an OTIF scorecard to measure supply chain performance. So if you are not aware of what is OTIF, OTIF is on time in full. It's measuring basically the performance of a supply chain and its capacity to be able to deliver the products on time. And the workflow is quite simple. It connects to warehouse management systems, transport management systems, to fill a scorecard that is in a Notion template that I also shared on the description of this workflow. So maybe let me show you the template. So here is how it looks like the scorecard. It's in the form of a Notion template that you can reuse. And basically, you will connect this template, this Notion, to your n8n workflow. So automatically, you can generate reports that are, I would say, improved with AI. So here you have some cards to explain how the template is working. And the key part is here. So first, on the OTIF, you have the data side. So maybe let me show you quickly the data source that I'm using. So for this workflow, the systems are represented by data in a data table. It's an actual workflow that I have deployed for a retail company. So we basically connect it to the different systems, and the data is gathered in an n8n data table for better efficiency. And in this data table, you have all the different timestamps from the order creation to the store delivery. So in this specific case, what happened is that the order is created in the systems, then sent to the warehouse for preparation. Then after preparation, the order is shipped from the warehouse via road and air freight and delivered to the store. And for each, I would say, key step in the process, you are measuring the timestamps. So here, for instance, you have the order time, here you have the transmission time. And what has been implemented in the systems is a set of Boolean flags to explain, to show if the order passed the cutoff time for each different key steps. So for instance, shipping out of the warehouse, landing in the airport of the country destination, to give understanding beyond the timestamps on why the order was delivered late or not. And in the end, you have I think the most important timestamps is delivery on time. And this is how basically you are going to calculate the OTIF, so the on time in full coefficient. So if I come back quickly on the scorecard, here, what you can see is a kind of an overview of the number of weeks that you have in the scope with the performance for each week. So you have the OTIF rate calculated. Then here you set up different targets that you can change in the template. And then you have for each week the details per different processes. If we arrive on time in the airport, what was the average lead time? So this is basically what is done by the JavaScript code nodes that I have provided in the template. But beyond that, what you need is an interpretation of the results. And this is what I was doing in the past as a supply chain performance manager. Here, we ask AI to do that. So for each week, so here maybe I will reorder that by week. Each week, you have a report that is generated by an AI agent that is powered by an OpenAI model that provides visibility on the overall OTIF, but more importantly, does a kind of a root cause analysis to explain step by step why the orders were delivered on time. So was it because of the warehouse or performance? Was it because of the road transportation or the air freight? And here, everything here is done automatically. And in the end, you have an overall performance summary that you can provide, for instance, for the decision makers. That is also entirely filled by an AI agent using the data extracted from the data table and that processed. So here is how things are working. Maybe now let me show you how to set up this template. So here is the template that you can find on my creator profile or a GitHub repository. So what do you need to change? But first, the data source. So here, the data source is my data table, and I am sharing in description the data set that I was using, so you can reuse that to train yourself and maybe improve the template. But if you want to connect that to your systems, here you need to change the source. What I would advise is to do all the processing outside n8n and only use the data table for the finished clean data. So that way, in terms of processing time, you are quite efficient. And more importantly, you can anonymize the data because you are going to send the data to the different agents. And in case that it's for a customer with sensitive data, you prefer to have like an anonymized version here. Then for the rest, you don't need to do anything. So the first step here is to aggregate by week. So here my data set is by week. So here you have this JavaScript code node that is aggregating the data by week, providing all the different KPIs of average lead time, percentage of on-time delivery, on-time for airports, for instance. Everything is done here. So if your data set is different from what I have or what you can find in the sample data that I'm sharing, you probably need to change the code here. Then this aggregation by week is used firstly to prepare the global summary. You know, I showed you that you have summary per week and you have the global summary. So this is what we share, what we do here. The idea is we have a text that is filled with different information, and it's basically depending on the number of weeks that you have. And here, this is automatically generated so that you can send that to this AI agent node that already has a system prompt explaining the context, and then here all the different instructions to provide the summary. And here is what type of summary that you would have, this type of prompt that you will send to the agent. And then this agent generates the summary. If I go to the output, maybe, yeah, this is the summary that I showed you on my n8n, on my Notion template. And it's directly sent to the Notion document. So here, what do you need to do? Here you need to connect first with your credentials, so your Notion workspace. And then here you need to provide the database ID. And for the rest, everything will be done automatically. The output will be taken and sent to the field that I showed you before. Then here we are going to build the analysis generated by AI week by week. And this is what is done in this AI agent node. So here, what do we send? We send some like overall metadata. So the number of total shipments, the number of on-time deliveries, the different checkpoints with the percentage, and all of these percentage have been generated by the JavaScript code node that we had before. And we ask basically to provide a kind of brief overall performance. So here the focus will not be week by week. It will be between the first and the last date of the scopes that you have provided in your data table. So here probably if you want to limit the scope to the last week, you need to build this kind of a filter over there. So that way you only focus on the period that you want. And then you have two different nodes. So the first node is to create the different analysis generated by AI that I showed you week by week. And here this node is used to fill the report, you know, the table that I showed you with the different KPIs. So if you connect this workflow to your Notion template that you can find in the link shared in the description, you are fully ready. What kind of adjustments that you can do? But definitely in the two AI agents, maybe you can focus on different type of analysis, maybe different type of focus, for instance, maybe provide the responsibility per team. And for that, if you need some inspiration, I have shared in the description this article that I have built where I use the same dataset with now Claude connected to an MCP server that provides a more complete analysis. So here, for instance, you will see that you have the same types of timestamps that I have shared that you can find in the sample data. So Claude understands exactly like you how the data set is working, and then it develops a kind of a strategy to answer key questions. So for instance, here, yes, the question was, the local team is saying that the performance drop is not due to them, but due to the air freight performance, where basically the lead time has some variability. And here, Claude connects to the dataset and look at the different flags and the primary cause and provide an answer. So here, clearly the level of analysis will be way deeper than what you can have in this n8n, simple n8n workflow, but that can provide you some inspiration to adapt the different AI agent nodes to what you would like to do by knowing what the AI can do. So here it's using Claude, Opus 4.6, so a model that is way better than what is used in my template, but you can have a rough idea of what could be done with this kind of workflow. If you have any question, if you want maybe more data sets or more inspiration, don't hesitate to leave a comment in this video, and see you for the next tutorial.